Welcome to Section 6 of Bash Camp. I hope that this training proves to be valuable for you and that you'll take some time of what you've learned and put it to good use. As always, we start with our Bash Camper mantra. Hashtag, I'm a Bash Camper. I am, I can, I will, I do. We are at the end of the sales process. The last step is follow-up, one of the keys to building a successful business. We hope to share why follow-up should play an important part in your business. We've covered establishing goals, how to build relationships, sharing reasons to book a blend bash, the keys to the $1,000 party, making the most of a party, and now on to how to build customer loyalty. This week, we're talking about the keys to building that customer loyalty. Selling consumable products creates a need for having a follow-up system to keep customers happy and serviced. Building time into your week for consistent follow-up becomes important if you want customers reordering from you, and better yet, customers hosting and or joining your team. There's a saying that it takes months to find customers and only seconds to lose them. Customers want to feel appreciated and they want to get good customer service. In the process of providing service, you're building relationships with them and creating an opportunity for future business. Resolving product issues quickly and staying in touch to restock products will help to build a long-term relationship with your customers. Think about the time, energy, and money that you've invested in getting new customers. It could be someone you met at your last party and began talking to them about booking a party or a Facebook event. In order to meet that guest, you had to first set up a party with the host. You then worked to get them to book a date. You host coached them to get guests invited, created their wish list, and planned the details of the party. You then had to pack up your car the day of the party and drive to a place you've never been before, possibly. Hopefully it was a blend bash to set up, so the setup was easy peasy. You then amazed all the guests with a fun party experience where you met that guest. You've certainly invested some time and energy into gaining that customer. So once you have them, the idea is to retain them, and that's where follow-up counts. Statistics show that when a customer purchases from you a second time, they are twice as likely to buy from you again. Those relationships that you're building by following up is how customers get to like and appreciate you. When customers like you, they will continue doing business with you. Customer service is a commodity that many customers crave in the marketplace, and you can easily provide that service that consumers are seeking. Think about all the different places that you shop. How often do you receive that special call, note, or a text asking how you're enjoying your products once you've made a purchase, whether it's a retail store or a direct seller? If you're unsure how and when to follow up, let this training be an initial guideline. Let's review the steps to building loyal customers. First is the 2+2+2. We recommend using a 2+2+2 follow-up system. If you're serious about making follow-up a regular part of your business routine, then plan for it. When you sell to a customer or have a party, put something in your planner or your phone to follow up in 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months. We'll share some follow-up language you can use in just a bit. Personal notes. You know we live in a world where technology is everywhere. Almost all of our communication is completed via electronically. Writing a thank you card or another kind of follow-up note doesn't have to take long, and it could help make you stand out in your consumers' minds as a result. Whether it's a thank you note for making a purchase or hosting a party, your notes will make a difference. Be sure to include your business card, of course. Another advantage of the handwritten note, people tend to keep them longer. Be persistent. Sometimes it takes more than one follow-up gesture to continue a relationship with a customer. Look at 2 things on this sales statistic chart. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect, yet 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. All of us get phone calls when we intend to return and just don't. We are all busy and don't necessarily give priority to a consultant, even if we are interested in what they have to offer. Your job is to follow up. Good service prevails, and customers will appreciate your intentions when they're directed at them. Use a variety of contact methods from phone calls to emails to text messages and Facebook Messenger. Find out what means of communication that your customers prefer. Be sure follow-up is built into your weekly work schedule, setting aside time to follow up on parties and customer purchases from the last few days, weeks, and months using the 2+2+2 system as your guide. Creating interesting social media content with those customers connected to you via Facebook can be a great way to keep your name in the forefront of their minds. Remember from the social media training to only post sales and join specials, to not only post sales and join specials. Create content that shares product ideas and recipes, but also posts about life and fun stuff. Use the Facebook auto post method or an app to help keep your posts consistent. Your VIP group is built from customers that truly want to hear from you regularly and are your PZ fans. This VIP page can be more targeted at product ideas, opportunities to promote your business, and invitations to VIP events or other things going on in your community. When you work the social media plan that we've laid out, you'll move customers from acquaintances to serious customers through a process. Your goal is for them to consider you their Pink Zebra consultant. Lastly, creating that pull energy where customers are coming to you is when you know what you're doing is working. That happens through ongoing communication, using some of the ideas and methods that we've shared. Taking someone from making a single purchase and turning them into a host is one step towards that long-term relationship that your business will thrive on. There is no doubt the follow-up creates customer loyalty. And in this world of instantaneous everything, the impression you make on a customer will keep them coming back to you instead of jumping to the web to order other fragrance products that we know, of course, is not going to be as good as Pink Zebra. You want customers thinking about you when needs arise, and that only happens when you've built a relationship and treated your customers well. So loyalty comes from time that you invest in follow-up. Creating a process and a system is key to keeping follow-up an important part of your business. You first need to decide on your process, create a system to stay on top of follow-up, and make time for it. This 5-step process is just one that I'm going to share. You may have another that you're successfully using that is working for you, and that's okay. Just find something that you feel comfortable using again and again. As you do more of these follow-up calls, they'll get easier and create more results. We'll explore each component of this process: opening, building rapport, the reason, gathering information, and the close. So starting out with steps 1 and 2, which is opening and building rapport. So your goal in this training is 3 positive responses within the first minute. So as an example, an opening, start with, "Hi, may I speak with Susan?" We suggest that you use their first name only, and then you pause. She's going to say something like, "This is her." They typically do, and we consider that a positive response, of course. And then, "Hi, this is Connie Ashburn," in this case, calling, and pause. And in 99.9% of the time, when you have that pause, which sometimes can be challenging, they're going to say yes. So that's your second yes. Starting the process of building rapport, if you recall, we met at Erica's party last Thursday or 2 months ago or last fall at an event, whatever the case might be. And hopefully if they remember, they're going to say, "Oh yes, I remember." So then you just ask for permission to talk. Is this a convenient time, or do you have a quick minute? Whichever you feel more comfortable with. There's nothing worse than catching someone that's on their way to run out the door to pick up kids, and we launch into a conversation that they're just not ready to have. So hopefully, sure now is fine. And of course, if it's not, what would be better for you later today or tomorrow, so you can get a commitment to make a return call to them. Step 3 is the reason. So you then go into, the reason I'm calling is because. So maybe it's been about 2 months since your last order, and I was checking on your supply of sprinkles. Go on from there. Maybe when you were at the party, you mentioned you might be interested in hosting in the future, so I was calling to see what day of the week works best for you. Or it might be, I was following up on the packet that you took home from the party and wondered how you'd feel about getting together for 30 minutes. You can go on from there. So certainly I believe phone calls are the best, but text or messaging, you can use these same types of messages, can work. Just make sure you're connecting. Step 4 is about gathering information. And this becomes a critical part of the process because customers may have a reason or an objection that they're using to hold them back from hosting or joining your team. And many times it's because they just don't have enough information to make an informed decision. So an excuse comes out first, just naturally. Your goal is to become comfortable and confident about getting past that first wall or that excuse or objection that gets raised. When you do that, the likelihood of you booking and sponsoring more consistently will happen. So rather than me read through these examples of conversation, I'm going to provide you with this 5-step process and these examples following this training that you can print and use as a guideline. The whole idea is to make this very conversational, come from a point of genuine interest in your customer so they don't feel like you're just trying to sell to them, and always ask for permission to follow up later if the timing isn't right. So on the left-hand side, some of the conversation that we started just previously, and on the right-hand side, we'll give you some ideas of some things that you can share. Step 5 is the ever-important close. You're all in sales, and as a salesperson, you have to ask for the sale. There are some suggestions here on what to say during that close process that may help. So same thing on the left-hand side, it's the beginning conversation that we already shared, and then maybe some things that you could say on the right-hand side that might help you get past that first hurdle and continue your conversation to possibly book an appointment, schedule a party, or possibly get them to meet with you to talk about the business. Again, we'll share this entire thing so you have an opportunity to look at this on paper. So now let's explore how this method can help you in your routine 2+2+ calls. So the 5-step process works well here as well. So 2-day calls, your opening might be, this is Connie with Pink Zebra. I met you the other night at the Blend Bash. Do you have a minute? In the building rapport category, did you enjoy it? It was really great meeting you. And the reason I'm calling, I was following up from Karen's party, and I wanted to let you know the party's settled and should ship in the next few days. So gathering information might be something like, well, I have you on the phone. Was there anything else that you fell in love with at the party that you'd like to purchase now or get for free by hosting? So if there is an opportunity for that to continue, you might ask, would either of these 2 dates work for you? Or if they're busy and don't have time to commit to it right now, would September or October be a better month for you? Now we go into the 2 weeks. We've got an opening again, 2 weeks later. This is Connie with Pink Zebra, and I'm just following up on whether your order arrived and do you have a minute? And maybe ask, did you plug in your warmer yet? Have you used your simmering light? Whatever it is, get product specific with it at this point. And I'm just checking to make sure that you're using the products and see if you have any questions. So again, I was just following up to see if you had started using the products yet and how they're performing in your home. As far as gathering information, can I ask, well, I've got you on the phone, if there's any thoughts of you hosting in the future, or if you would like to learn anything about our business. And I'm not sure if you ever thought of doing something like this to earn some extra income on your terms. So depending on where that conversation goes, you might ask, would any of the day of the week work for you? Would you be open to me sending you some information? Or do you mind if I check back every so often to see if anything in your life has changed? Gives you an opportunity to continue that conversation. At the 2-month place, you might get a little more serious about what you're looking for. This is Connie with Pink Zebra. I'm just checking in on you and seeing how the products are working out. Do you have a minute? That building rapport part, do you have a favorite yet? Like, what are you just falling in love with every time you walk in your house? And can I share what my current favorite is? We've got a new catalog coming out, or maybe one of our blends for the month with our VIP program. So I was just following up to see how your products were performing and if you have found other spots in your home that need some fragrance help. So I thought I might ask, of course, you're going to have a conversation at this point, but I thought I might ask now that you see how awesome these products are and if you've given any more thought to earning some money for sharing them with others. And it's a great time to join because, or I think you'd be great because. It might be personality, maybe they were super friendly, they were smiling, they asked a lot of questions. Maybe it's a great time to join because maybe we've got a kit promotion. It's obviously a very lucrative time of year to join a business like this where there's a lot of opportunity to sell for the holidays. Maybe because a new catalog is launching. You've got lots of reasons no matter what might be going on. So as a close, if they're not responsive, I understand now might not be the right time to start the new business. Do you mind if I follow up with you in a few months? So again, it's always important, if you don't end up getting your end result, that you ask for that permission to follow up in a couple of months or even a couple of weeks, depending on if they've just got a busy schedule or not. So the other thing is that I'm booking parties for September as an example. How would you feel about hosting to replenish and get some new decorating and ideas for fall? So you can go in many different directions if you just get this conversation moving. So every so often, evaluate yourself. Consider what your customers think or possibly share about you. When you place one order from a customer and never do business with them again, they are really not a customer yet. Customers are not yours forever, and you don't own them. They can choose to do business with anyone else if they don't feel connected to you, or they can choose to buy from anywhere. Staying connected to them through your follow-up really does pay off. When customers have a positive experience with you, they will buy from you again and again, and they will refer you. And at that point, you now truly have won them over as a customer. Do you ever worry about being pushy? I know some of you are probably shaking your head yes right now. It's probably the number one thing that prevents most of you from following up, and it, in most cases, is the furthest thing from your customers' minds if you really are making a connection with them and doing what you're doing for the right reason. That feeling of being pushy just takes confidence, or getting over that takes confidence in asking pointed questions to gain more information, being genuinely interested in your customers' needs, and more importantly, listening to their responses. That's why you're investing time in training, so you get better at this process in the whole follow-up thing. There's only one way customers are going to feel that you're being pushy, or that it's that if you're pushing your personal agenda and do not listen to what they have to say. No one is going to feel like you're being pushy if you're asking how their products are working out, or how they would feel about hosting their own blend bash, or if any part of your business appeals to them. When you're coming from a place of servitude, meaning you're sharing information because you believe it will help them in some way, people will respond positively. If the timing isn't right, it's okay. Ask to follow up, and then follow up when you said you would. When you're getting permission to contact in the future, it should remove that feeling that we build up in our minds that we're bugging someone. It's just called service. Providing good service takes practice and sometimes patience. Customers can be unrealistic and sometimes unreasonable. As a service provider, always take the customer's side, of course, and remain professional even if it grinds you the wrong way. Consider some of these service issues and how you could respond, never using the word no. Just a little activity. One of your assignments from this section is really to respond to some service issues that we're going to outline for you in one of our quizzes without using the word no. So that brings us to our assignments for this section. Assignment number 11 is to answer the service issues without saying no. And assignment number 12, that's assignment number 12 is answer the questions without saying no. And assignment number 13 is completing the Provide Excellent Customer Service quiz. Both of these things, of course, follow this particular section. So last week, our goal with you going through Bash Camp was for you to at least try a blend bash if you have not done that already, or to get more comfortable with the process and make blend bash parties more successful or more part of your regular monthly plan. Hopefully by now you've scheduled your blend bash as part of your assignment. Once you've settled it, we're providing a way for you to share your party ID so you can get credit for completing it. We will end with our Bash Camp mantra for the last time together. I am, I can, I will, I do, and I did. So congratulations. Thank you for being part of Bash Camp. Congratulations on completing the 6 sections. And put this training to good use, and we hope to see you on stage at our next reunion as a Pink Sapphire.